Salve Legionnaires! I am RumB98, and over the weekend I wasn't home, and D23 happened, which is Disney's Expo, and they released more Spider-Man stuff for the PS4 game, which means we get another video and more notes. It feels like I haven't done a gaming video in a while, even though I did record one, but my audio didn't record, so that won't be uploaded. Yeah. So, one, I do want to apologize that my episode, it's gonna be we're gonna miss a whole mission in Spider-Man, but you know, it's just Sandman, who really cares? But whatever. I'm gonna have to record one later today. Let's get on with Spider-Man PS4, the best game in the world. I'm probably going to show the trailer, but not any audio while I'm talking, because there was a lot. It wasn't really a trailer, like gameplay. It was more of the executives and the creators talking about it with some of the gameplay, some of the new stuff. So one of the new things was Spider-Man hopped in a car and caught it and stuff, and I don't know if it was a cutscene or not, because there were no buttons on no GUI. But that might have been just for the trailer, but it looked cool. In this trailer, they talked about emphasis on Peter and Spider-Man, of course, every single time someone's asked. And then there was also a panel, like 9-minute panel, about them, and that was another thing they emphasized. Spider-Man, Parker, he's got to balance his life. Again, we learned Peter Parker's 23, which we already knew. He's been Spider-Man for 8 years, which I think we already knew, but I don't remember. Of course, they mentioned again, it's the prime of his life. He's like a sports star, like they said, like an Aaron Judge. And he's fully developed though, so he knows everything to do. There's nothing new to him, and they showed a lot more gameplay of him. Like they showed the exact same demo, but him like tearing down different things, using different things on the environment. They said a lot of the environment is interactive, so you can use it to your advantage. But the criminals, not only, so this is gonna not be easy for him because he knows how to do everything. The criminals know how he acts, so he's got to react, adapt, apt. I think that's the Michael Scott quote. But the coolest thing is we got some concept art. We got one of a broken building and some American flags. I don't know what building that is. Maybe that big train station in New York, I don't remember what it's called. We got Peter's apartment, and you see like a mask, you see some pizza, you see his phone, you see a big wanted list with a Daily Bugle headline. I was looking into it, I couldn't see anything. I've seen videos of people saying like, MJ revealed in concept art. I didn't see anything, I didn't watch the video, so maybe. But also we got a concept art of him fighting Wilson Fisk, which is really cool. And in the D23 the panel, that's what it's called, where Jacksepticeye was hosting, which was cool. They mentioned that that was just the beginning of the game. The demo is just Mr. Negative, Wilson Fisk. That's just the beginning. There are tons of villains. He said, the way he said it is, we have a huge cast, a lot of villains, a lot of villains. So that tells you everything you need to know. Mr. Negative, they said, mirrors Peter Parker / Spider-Man because he has to be Mr. Negative, but he's also, what's the guy's name? I forget. Luckily, I've got notes everywhere. Lee. Mr. Lee. Mr. Negative, Mr. Lee. So he's got the positive side of his life where he has the homeless shelter food thing, where Aunt May works, and he's got the negative side of his life where he's Mr. Negative. Yeah, that was basically it for the trailer. And then I'm just gonna go through the D23 thing. D23 hosted by Jack. They said that it's the most ambitious Marvel game ever. It's got a huge world, but the way they emphasized it is he said it's got a huge world, but it's focusing on a small story or a small person in that huge world where it's very personal to Peter Parker. And he told a story about how the old vice president of Marvel went to talk to Stan Lee, and Stan Lee said you can have a awesome suited hero jump off a building, but no one's gonna care about that person until you get them to care about it, because once you get them to care about it, they will be that person. And so that's the big thing that they were talking about with the game. And then it went to it was Marvel Vice President, I think, and then Insomniac Director of something. They were in the panel. I don't know. I should have wrote that down. It was the same people who were in the other panel I told you about, the first video. Well, not the update video. Not professional. Insomniac, of course, huge Spidey fans. They were asked why Spider-Man by Jack, and the guy's answer was, it's Spider-Man, which was the correct answer. The Marvel guy said that this was inspired by the Ultimate Spider-Man comic line, which I've never read yet. But he didn't say, he said it wasn't like inspired by like the story is gonna be based on Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's in the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline. They retold Peter Parker's life and they changed a few things, and that's what inspired them. We already mentioned a lot of rosters. Oh, so if you saw the E3 trailer and then you went on YouTube after you watched my video, of course, you watch other people's videos, a lot of like the thumbnails were like web swinging, too slow, too slow. I saw that article. I saw articles everywhere saying that. So the guy was like, well, because Jack asked him about the web swinging, and he said it's the most important thing in the game besides story. And he said that now the web swinging is better. Since E3, they've improved it. Now you can gain speed faster. And then he looked at the crowd and he's like, yeah, I know, we're listening. And they also said, like, there was a thing in the trailer where Spider-Man threw one of those slingshot webs that we saw in the first trailer that grabbed somebody. Well, now you can put it on another person and then attach them together, and then they're stuck. And then at the end of it, Marvel guy said this is going to be a spectacular, amazing, superior Spider-Man game. And I was like, that's my joke. That's that. I don't know why I like throwing things when I'm done. But that is all for this time. If you guys notice anything that I didn't mention, put it in the comments below and tell me, because I want to know more. I want to know more. If you didn't see my E3, my update, my original video, totally go watch those because they're superior. Not gonna do that joke. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And web swing that like button like I said last, or flip that like, messed it up. Valet Legionnaires.